I love rosemary, and I think it's a very misunderstood herb. And I want to tell you, if you're killing your rosemary, how you're probably doing it. So rosemary mostly just wants to be left alone. The way I've seen people kill rosemary is they just over care for it. They get a rosemary, they give it the wrong environment, and they try to water it all the time. The quickest way to kill your rosemary is just to water it all the time and to leave the roots in water. Rosemary hates to be left in water. It actually does much better in a drought environment. You can literally leave it alone for weeks and it's going to do really well. What rosemary wants, it needs about at least 4 to 6 hours of sunlight, and it also needs a little wind, and this is the tricky part. So obviously out here it's getting a little wind, it's strengthening its branches, and it's keeping out mildew. Rosemary is used to a Mediterranean environment, sort of a rockier soil, and that's another important piece about rosemary is when you plant it, you really want to have about 50% soil and 50% perlite or rocks or sand. It wants to be watered deeply, and it wants all the water to drain away. So if you just give rosemary a nice 50% soil, 50% sand or perlite, you give it some wind and you give it some sun, you can literally leave it alone. And it's going to do so well. It's going to love you for it. Growing rosemary outside is much easier than growing rosemary inside because of the wind factor. So if you're going to grow rosemary inside, make sure to keep it near a window that it's getting at least a few hours of strong sunlight to strengthen the branches. I just want to show you something really simple. I actually have tried to propagate rosemary a couple times and it hasn't worked. And I figured out the reason why is because I was putting the propagation inside. So this time I propagated a rosemary just a couple days ago. And this time, instead of putting inside, I put it outside. I just put in some water. I took about 12 inches and I just stripped the needles off. And as you can see here, it's already got these little roots. Isn't that cool? So it's on its way to being I can put it in a pot, I can gift it to a friend, but it's already on its way. So I'm really happy about this. It was an experiment that worked. And the other thing I love about rosemary, it's really one of the stronger scents. And unlike some of my other herbs I have, it's actually really resistant to mealy bugs and lots of other pests. I think the oil is just so strong that it keeps all the bad things away. And it's great to use in kombucha. If you haven't seen my kombucha episode yet, maybe we can link to it below. But yeah, even just using just a tiny bit of kombucha. Some people are really like super sensitive with these plants. They're like, oh, I shouldn't touch it, I shouldn't pick at it. These plants actually like to be picked at. It helps them grow and it helps them get bushier. So sometimes at the end of the day, I'll just kind of pick one and I'll smell it and I'll add it to something I'm cooking. So it wants to be used. So my tips for you for rosemary, for not killing rosemary and keeping it alive. Number one, do not overwater it. That's all you have to do. Just water it at most once a week. In my drip system, it really just gets a little bit. And as you can see here, it's actually starting to grow some moth. It means I'm a little bit overwatering it, but it does well out here. As you can see, it's a really hardy plant and it does well on its own. So if you're going to grow one plant and you have a balcony and you're going to put it outside, I think it should be rosemary. It's a wonderful addition to your balcony.